Well, hello everybody. James, the hello, check, check, check. Make sure we're doing this right. It's James, content creator here at Natural State Transparency. Can I get an audio check, please? Thank you so much. I'm glad everybody's coming into the chat right now. We'll give it a couple more minutes and then we'll get started here. I'll be right with you. Let me look at a couple of screens real quick. Okay, everybody. Well, it's no secret that we are going to experience a major weather event tomorrow here in Arkansas. It will encompass the entire state, depending on what area you're in of Arkansas, will depend on how much snow you get. So, we're going to discuss a little bit of that and also what NST's plans are for tomorrow. I hope everybody's having a good evening tonight. I'm doing well. I'm not going to be on this live stream for long. So, this is just kind of an informal hello to everybody. Have this brief discussion. And then I'm going to get busy making some content here. So, of course, got to have my coffee. So, shout out to Maxwell House tonight. Maxwell House provided this cup of coffee. Was not Folgers, was not any other brand. Not that I'm loyal to Maxwell House. So yeah, V-Dub says coffee talk. Yes, this is definitely some NST coffee talk. Okay, so let's talk about what's going to happen. Now, most of you probably are aware of this winter weather event that we're getting ready to have. I have been watching various weather channels for like I don't know, the last 2 weeks. They've been predicting this for a while now. It's just now here, and, it's shaping up. The first predictions were we might get 3 to 4 inches of snow. Now, I don't have the streaming software I'd like to have set up on this computer tonight. I'm still learning how to maybe soon I'll be able to show you exactly what I'm talking about. But for tonight, just take my word for it. I'm going to read you a couple of things here. So I'm looking here at the National Weather Service website here for Little Rock, the Little Rock office of the National Weather Service, and they've issued a winter storm warning for the greater central Arkansas area. I'm going to read you what they're preparing. It's not a long read at all. If you're not aware, especially you international viewers from other countries, or maybe you're from out of state, and you're just not aware Arkansas's getting ready to have a huge snow event. That's what we're expecting for tomorrow. So let me read this to you so you can be aware. Maybe you can spread the message if folks that don't know. So the National Weather Service in Little Rock has issued a winter storm warning in effect from noon Thursday, which will be tomorrow, to 6 p.m. Central Time on Friday. What is heavy snow expected? Total snow accumulations between 4 and 6 inches. Where portions of central, eastern, northern, central, and western Arkansas. Wind from noon Thursday till 6 p.m. Friday. And the impacts plan on slippery road conditions. Kind of goes without saying, right? The hazardous conditions could impact the Thursday evening and Friday morning commutes. Now, I'm also going to read their precautionary preparedness actions. If you must travel, keep an extra flashlight, food, and water in your vehicle in case of an emergency. The latest road conditions for the state you are calling from can be obtained by calling 511, which that's something I did not know. Actually, I was trying to look up the phone number. The RDOT, Arkansas Department of Transportation, used to have a landline number you could call if you didn't have an app or internet access. If you could just get to a phone, you could call. Traditionally, it was It doesn't matter what the number is. I have it memorized though. It was 501-569-2374 for years and years and years and years and years. Well, I've been trying to call it. They're not answering. I tried to call it the other day. They're not answering. So I don't think they do that anymore. So it's nice to know that you can call 511. So again, if you don't have internet access, which some of you may lose power, let's be honest about it. We are expecting, according to the map here, again, I don't have the right software to show you what I'm looking at. Maybe in a couple of live streams from now, we'll figure that out. I mean, this is still a work in progress here. Just saying. But if I'm looking at this map, and this is all stuff you can look up at the National Weather Service forecast office in Little Rock. You can just literally go to their website. This is right there on the front page. This isn't even hard to find. The map of the state of Arkansas is covered in different colors, but the impact zone where we're going to expect between 9 and 10. I'm going to repeat that. 9 and 10 inches of snow. There is a swath in central Arkansas, roughly between Pulaski, Saline, Garland, Montgomery, and Polk, Polk. There's a little bit of that 9 to 10 inch swath zone in southern Yell and Perry County, and it touches Faulkner County as well. And I see it's just briefly, just a little bit in Hot Spring County and also in Pike County towards the southwestern part of the state. Now, Mena, you're expecting 7 to 8 inches of snow according to this map, and that's over there in Polk County. So again, folks, for you in central Arkansas, especially us in central here, 9 to 10 inches of snow. We haven't had. Hey, you take it from the local here. I would know. I've lived here all my entire life. We have not had 9 to 10 inches of snow in years. It's been quite a while. I mean, we've gotten 1 or 2, 3 inches of snow, but not 9 or 10 inches. That's a significant amount for us Southerners here, right? This is not the Northeast. We're not accustomed to having this kind of snow. So most of our vehicles, we do not have a lot of snow chains here in this state. You're not going to see many people outside of first responders that have snow chains. I will tell you what you will see, though, is folks that have pickup trucks. And so folks in Cabot, you'll see them in Saline County and Bryant and Benton, the folks that have these pickup trucks. Some of them have, I don't know what you call the device, but you can put it on the front of your truck to shovel the snow. It's like a snow shovel. And so all of a sudden we're going to have a lot of entrepreneurs because you're going to have a whole bunch of us coming together to plow parking lots and thoroughfares to get the roads back open here. And I've seen that play out before. So get ready for that. So now, according to this map, if you look up north, so like let's say roughly the line from like like Interstate 40 north. That would probably be the best way to put it, from about Russellville to Little Rock and then north. That's like 6 to 7 inches. When you get up to like Harrison, it's 4 to 5 inches. And then in the Northeast where I'm around, where I reside, it's like 5 to 6 inches. And then Hardy, Arkansas up in Sharp County is showing like 4 to 5 inches. So again, the brunt of the storm is going to hit in central. And so let's talk about hello, Elizabeth. Let's talk about what the game plan is. That's why we're live tonight. I just kind of wanted to give you an update. I plan on going live. Okay. I want to caution. Oh, it's the same. It's the same warning you would hear if we had tornadic weather and the weather person says, don't go outside and film the tornado. Okay. It's the same kind of deal. If you have any questions about driving on snow or this amount of snow, don't do it and just stay home. Because and I'm gonna tell you why. To each their own. You all have your own unique situations. but I want you to put yourself in the just put yourself in the shoes of the first responders for a minute. They have to get out here and work in this. If you get stuck, you're only contributing to the larger problem. So again, hey, if you got to go, you got to go. Um, I'm going to tell you something else. Don't stop on a hill. If there's one thing I can stress is remember you have to have momentum to like get up a hill. You got to have that momentum. If you don't, you're just going to slide back down and probably wreck into everybody else. So, please try to be mindful of the fact that you don't usually have snow here in Arkansas. And, I mean, you're not going to get anywhere fast if you do go, especially with 9 or 10 inches. You understand how much snow that is in a short amount of time. The Arkansas Department of Transportation, they call it RDOT, they're going to have their hands full just trying to keep the major arteries open. Now, I just want you to think about that for a minute. The Arkansas RDOT is going to focus on major arteries first. They always do. Then they'll go into secondary roads. Then the counties will try to do their county roads and cities will be doing their city roads. But I can tell you right now, man, if you're just not right off the interstate, I mean, interstate's hard enough to keep open. So there are going to be way more areas that need plowing with 9 to 10 inches of snow on the ground than what RDOT will be able to handle in a timely manner. And they're going to have all hands on deck. So I just want to tell you right now to you employees and family members of an RDOT employee or relative, thank you for getting out here and working those 12, 16, 24-hour nonstop shifts, however it plays out. To you utility workers, Entergy, and all the other power companies that are probably going to be coming into Arkansas, because then some of the snow is going to weigh down those power lines. I mean, it's not an ice event. Let's keep that in mind. But snow can also weigh down trees. Trees fall. There goes your power lines. You get it. And it's going to be cold. It's going to be really, really cold on top of all of that. So I don't need to tell you, bring your pets in. If you've got potted plants on your porch, go on and bring them in. You probably need to. But, again, to each their own on what your unique individual situation is. But I just want you to be mindful that if you do go out tomorrow, you really need to think about what you're doing, especially in central Arkansas, where it's just going to get hammered. Don't contribute to the main problem. It would just be best to stay at home. Now, I've driven in snow and I like driving in snow actually. And I also just want to say that I'll eat my own words. If I get stuck, I'll be the first to feel horrible that I sat here on a live stream and gave you the same advice I didn't adhere to. But I'm telling you, the vehicle I have in particular that I'm going to live stream in tomorrow has it's all-wheel drive and it has snow mode. Not that that means I couldn't get stuck, but I'm pretty good at driving around in the snow. So what we're gonna do tonight, just giving this update. I'm gonna work on some content here briefly. Like I said, this was not going to be a long live stream at all. This was just to get you an update. But nonetheless, I am going to work on getting you a ASP Traffic Series video out tonight. And for tomorrow, I don't know what time. I do not know. I'm not going to tell you a certain time because I don't know. I just don't know how this is going to play out. And another thing too is I will be coming from Northeast Arkansas. I'm going to do a live in Central. So I will come back down from the Northeast to do this live stream tomorrow in the Central Arkansas area where there's expected to be 9 to 10 inches of snow. So It's supposed to hit, what did they say, about noon? Isn't that right? Yeah, from noon Thursday is the warning. So this is really going to start around noontime. Now, I want to give a huge shout out to my friends at Arkansas Weather Watchers. If you have watched this channel for any amount of time, you know that I have personally recommended Arkansas Weather Watchers, and I will recommend them yet again. They are my friends. I like them. I think they're very professional and what they do and how they deliver their content, and I think it's life-saving information at a lot of times. So fully support their channel, fully support their mission, and I would highly recommend that you get in touch with Arkansas Weather Watchers. They are both on Facebook and on YouTube, and they have a Roku channel now. I don't know the address to it. I just found that out during their last live stream, actually. So I haven't got that far yet. But if you have Roku and you're sitting at home right now with your remote control in your hand, go over there to the settings page where you can download the new Roku apps and look up Arkansas Weather Watchers, because apparently they're on there. So that might be a cool thing for you to do. And as a matter of fact, they mentioned that they stream 24/7 on that channel. So that would be cool to check into. Those guys will go live. They'll stay live for hours. So um, you'll notice tonight, by the way, yeah, right here. What's that say? Pizza D action. Yeah. So anyway, if you've ever watched me during a live stream in Little Rock, I've told you several times uh, that my favorite bar in the world is Pizza D Action. It's right here in Little Rock. It's in Stiff Station. Um, and yeah, so I'm repping Little Rock today. This is definitely a locals. This is most definitely a locals uh, toboggan hat that I have on. So got my Little Rock representing going on right here. So let's look at some of your comments, because I certainly see a bunch. I'm going to kind of go back. I'm going to kind of go back in time. So first of all, I want to acknowledge Sherry K. Thank you so much for that sticker. I absolutely love those. Thank you very much, Sherry K. Blaylock says, I went and fought all the folks at the grocery store, bought all the milk, eggs, and bread. Well, if you didn't get it, you probably aren't getting it now. Or maybe tonight if there's a shipment. I don't know. The snow's not here yet, but it will be here tomorrow. It will be here tomorrow. Jed's Evil Twin says next to Oyster Bar. That is definitely where Pizza D's is located. They're right on the corner of Markham and Booker Street in Stiff Station. That's a neighborhood here in kind of the, uh, I call it halfway between downtown and Midtown Little Rock, right there on West Markham Street for you folks that come to the Little Rock area. And for you out of state folks, and you folks that always tell me you're going to take a vacation in Arkansas. I mean, every live stream, somebody says that at some point, usually. Hey, put Pizza D's on the list. You want to go to the locals dive bar here in Little Rock. Now, are they giving me, is this a paid sponsorship? Absolutely not. I just love Pizza D's. Marietta, thank you so much for the sticker. I do appreciate that. Millhouse asks, how good is the Flying Fish in Little Rock? That's a restaurant down there in the River Market District. I will tell you, it is fantastic. Put that on your list. They have been doing it right down there for like 20 years. And do you remember that Bubba fish that was on the plaque that made noise like when you pushed the button and did all that? That was like an early 2000s deal. So that restaurant, the Flying Fish, has the whole restaurant is just covered in those. I don't really know why. It's something like, they're dedicated to people or whatever. But yeah, so when you walk in there, there's like all of those like fish all over the walls. It's pretty wild. South Memphis Bro 27. Good evening, NST. Good evening, South Memphis Bro 27, who resides in Arkansas. Let's see if there's anything else I'm missing here. Just checking out some of your comments. I just want to make sure I didn't. Pamela, Miss Pamela. Hello, Miss Pamela Culp. She states that an ambulance is extremely difficult to drive. And yes, and especially trying to negate 9 inches of snow. And I'll tell you one other thing that's hard. You can ask any firefighter how fun it is to drive a fire engine in a huge ice or snow event. They'll tell you that they're not easy to turn around, especially during an ice or snow event. They're hard to drive. Presume Hostile says, and I'm going to quote, "Don't make someone to have to come save your arse." Indeed. It's just the tiniest amount of common sense. I just saying, not calling you stupid, but I just want you to think about it. Just think about it for a second. Like, do you really want to get stuck out here? I mean, some of y'all ain't got no money, so you ain't got no gas in your car. And then you're going to get out here and get stuck in it. You know what I'm saying? Just think, make the connection, stay at home, call somebody. I know you youngins don't like to get on the phone anymore, but call somebody, text somebody. I don't know, do something. TikTok about it. Elizabeth, oh, I've acknowledged that. Okay. See if I missed anything else here. Morticia says, "Are you equipped with snow chains?" No, I have snow mode on my vehicle. It's got all-wheel drive, um, and I'm not going to be driving down residential roads. Like when I do the live stream, I'm going to keep it like on the main arteries, and we will. I don't really know what I'm going to do tomorrow, so I'm kind of hesitant to make plans on that. Like I'm going to get down to Central Arkansas and I'm going to figure out where I land. I may go live from Cabot because I come down 67 167 or the new Interstate 57, which nobody is calling it that yet, but NST, I might add. So, when I get down to like BB or Cabot or something, probably pull over, get live, and we'll go from there. I don't know yet. We'll see. Morticia says, "Awesome. We love your videos, but don't get yourself into trouble just to entertain us." I won't. No, no, I won't. And I'll tell you right now, and this is really the honest truth. If I truly feel like it's not going to go my way, I will do everything I can to get out of the situation I'm in. So just understand that if it's not going my way, I'll get somewhere. Again, if it's that bad, um, I will turn around and go back home. I mean, I'm not going to get stuck out here. And I just cannot, in good conscious faith or anything else, tell anybody to just do what I'm doing. Please do not. And only if I feel like I can, I will. But I cannot encourage anybody to get out in this if you don't have to. Just stay at home. Hopefully, you've got your supplies. And be mindful. I mean, I'm not telling you not to call 911 if you have a medical emergency, but I just really want you to think about tomorrow when it hits and like how that's going to stretch thin the responders' resources. And we're talking about police, fire, and EMS and tow companies. Let's not forget, even though they are privately owned tow companies, don't ever dismiss their their vital services. You may have your issues with tow companies charging sums of money for their services. I understand that, but they are, in fact, a vital service. And maybe you would argue they're not a first responder. I would argue they are. They respond. They have to be there on quick to get these interstates cleared up. They provide motorist assists every single day. So let's never forget the tow companies that do the job. And just saying, just it takes it all to make this happen, right? Okay. So Morticia also asked, got socks and gift cards? Yes, I do. I do. They're ready. Sharon Hatfield, hello to you. As always, I drive a semi and it's parked until Monday. Yes, I would imagine it probably is. Miss Patty Heath, hello. We are supposed to get somewhere between 5 and 9 inches. I see that, but I'm looking at the yeah, I'm looking at the National Weather Service website. I don't know when was this graphic updated? Does it say? Well, it doesn't really say, but man, it's just about got every bit of Pulaski, Saline, Garland, and Perry County. That's just the mecca, and Montgomery, all of Montgomery County. So that's just where it's going to hit, and it's supposed to be saying like 9 to 10 inches of snow. So wow, wow, wow. Hey, let's take some pictures together. Hey, I'll tell you what. I tell you what. You Arkansans out there, because I saw somebody. I got to look in the comments real quick. I missed the. Thank you, Pamela. I just saw that now. I missed that. Pamela, always coming through, always putting a smile on my face. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. What was I going to say? I had to acknowledge that first. Oh, well, I don't know. I'm a scatterbrain. You hang out with me long enough on the live stream, I'll probably forget half the things I was going to say. Okay. Just, it is what it is. So maybe it'll come back to me. Let's see what else we got here. Sean S. Hit that thumbs up, y'all. Yeah, please do. I appreciate it. Full YouTube, please, their algorithm or whatever. Yeah, just hit the like. It's free. It doesn't even cost anything. Yeah, let's really stick it to them, because uh, sometimes I really question YouTube, but I digress. Oh, pictures. Thank you. Yes, Lydia Knott, another longtime viewer. Hello to you as well. You said pictures of the snow, indeed. So, if you've watched this channel for any amount of time, then you know that I put pictures of Arkansas on the ends of all of the videos. And so I provide several myself. I love taking pictures. I encourage each and every one of you. You don't have to be an Arkansas resident. I just want it to be a picture of Arkansas, though. So unfortunately, that does rule out a lot of you that have not been here. But if you do come here on a vacation, which I'll tell you, one of our longtime viewers, Adrian Weaver, I don't believe she's in the chat tonight, but definitely many of you know who Miss Adrian is. She provided me, she came here for vacation and went to Hot Springs and took a picture of Lake Hamilton from the shoreline where she was at. And I featured her picture just like I would an Arkansan who submitted that to us. So again, tomorrow you got some cool pictures. Got a tree that's just fully uh naked from the leaves and it's just covered in snow or something, please send that to me. And the email address is very simple. All right, get ready for it. You won't even forget. Naturalstatetransparency@gmail.com. That's it. Naturalstatetransparency@gmail.com. All one word, lowercase. It'll get to me. Send me your pictures. I'll put them on some of these videos, and I'll probably just feature several of them tomorrow if you'll send them to me. So hello, Terry D and Amy Beth B. Redneck for Life 61890. You're a longtime viewer. He says he'll He'll send pics of New York saying it's Arkansas. Well, you probably could. And I might not even know. I might not even know. Well, I might know actually. So Jerry Chronister is from Arkansas. Very cool. Yes, yes, we're all about Arkansas on this, Jen. And Brian Kingery. I hope I'm pronouncing that properly. I hate butchering last names. But Mr. Brian says Pocahontas in the house. That would be up in Randolph County, which is on the Missouri border. That is very close to me in Lawrence County, as I reside in the Walnut Ridge area. So I go to Pocahontas all the time. The Walmart, indeed. NST shops at the Walmart in Pocahontas. So let's see here. Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't want to keep too much of your time. We're right at 32 minutes now live, and I don't mind staying with you, but I don't really have much more to talk about. Oh, Clay County, Angela and Tim. Yes, Angela and Tim were in the chat the last time from Clay County. So I love my folks from the northeast of corridor. I have Arkansas up there as you go through 67. 60 US 67 goes to Lawrence County, but then of course it cuts into Randolph and Clay County as it exits into Missouri and toward Poplar Bluff. So to our folks in the area of the Northeast, you're not going to get as much snow as Central Arkansas. Otherwise, I'd probably stream from Northeast tomorrow. Um, and we are due to stream again in the Northeast. So we'll probably do Paragould or Jonesboro in the coming week or two. That's on my radar. Another location that's on my radar is Russellville. So look out, River Valley. I will be live streaming from Pope County soon. You have rolled out the red carpet. I have had more people than not. I mean, every time I ask the question, where do you want me to live stream? Like somebody always says Russellville. And I know why. I know why. I need to get down there and do it. I did Fort Smith and I come to Russellville and say hello to y'all. Rhonda R., have a wonderful night and stay safe, James. Thank you so much. Thank you for being a longtime viewer as well. Linda Zeno, you're always wonderful. Hello to you. Kenneth Babcock is live from Phillips County. And Kenneth, I'm going to apologize to you. And let me tell you why. Because Phillips County, unfortunately, is probably the one county in Arkansas that is very hard for me to find footage in. So as you watch this channel and you see your fellow counties around in Troop D, like Crittenden and Lee County. Well, I don't do much in Lee County, but St. Francis and, Prairie County and Monroe County, right? We just hardly ever feature anything from Phillips County. And I will work on that. I have been working on that. And as a matter of fact, Kenneth, I'll tell you right now, I actually have a request in right now for, I'm not going to tell you how many. It's kind of irrelevant, but I have a request in for several Troop D videos. They are coming. So they'll probably be releasing in the next week or two. So Kenneth, be looking out, even though it's not Phillips County. I've got some good stuff coming from Lee County and St. Francis. Ramon, hello. Our friend from North Little Rock, Ramon Rivas. Hello, hello, hello. And Amy Beth B asks, did you see the Fort Smith officers fired this week? I absolutely did. And if you folks do not know what Amy Beth B is talking about, it can easily be researched. Just simply go to the Fort Smith Police Department Facebook page and go to the posts from about 2 or 3 days ago. And there was a public statement released about 6 Fort Smith officers that were terminated due to some egregious conduct, um, dereliction of duty stuff, just childish, just, you know, I think the worst thing that I read in that was that some of them said they wouldn't back other officers on calls. Again, that's why I said dereliction of duty. That's okay. I don't really know what just happened. So hopefully the audio's still good. You see me again. I hope. I don't know what just happened, but we're back. Okay, cool. But let me go back to the let me go back to the point I was making because I'm not sure how much you heard of that. Um, the Fort Smith officers that were terminated, I had mentioned the dereliction of duty right when we froze up. And listen, you need to know that there is a certain level of fraternizing that goes on between officers, EMS, fire departments. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, these folks are first responders and they put up with a ton of stressful situations. And a lot of times for these individuals to decompress, sometimes they goof around. I mean, I'm not defending it. Please understand that there is a balance. There is a balance in life. I have a balance. You have a balance. Um, and so should they. And can I say that a little bit of playing around is always a bad thing? No, no, because sometimes you need to laugh. And again, you're asking a lot of first responders. I'm not, again, not defending it, but I just want you to hear me out on this. Like Corporal Briggs and Troop E would say, hear me out on this, hear me out on this. Well, hear me out on this one. On one hand, you put up with stress after stressful call, right? So sometimes you goof around with the other officers or the EMS or the fire department, whoever your responders are. You laugh, you have a good time. Sometimes it's silly. Cool. There's balance. When it gets out of balance and you threaten to not respond to certain calls because you don't want to, and you pull out your taser and start zapping people with them, and you're just messing around way too much, then no, no, you have a job to do. Make no mistake. You signed up to be the public servant here, and you have a job to do. Um, and that's why I just said, on one hand, we understand as John Q. Public in this chat right now. I think we all agree that a little bit of playing around is okay. We get it. We know you need to laugh. We know you need to decompress. But what that was in Fort Smith was just sorry. So, again, folks, I would encourage you, if you want to know what I'm talking about, go to their Facebook page, Fort Smith Police Department. Check out their post. They put it on Front Street. They put it out there. They put it out there. They said, hey, we did this. So, I know there's some opinions about the Fort Smith Police Department. Some of y'all may even leave some, rude comments or whatever, because I don't know. But, I at least respect the agency for putting it out there. I'll say that. How many? I mean, six officers. You just think about that for a minute, though. Six sworn officers. Do you know how much money it takes to train a single officer? And you terminated six of them? And then again, we have a national hiring crisis right now. And if you don't think that doesn't apply to first responders, if Pamela Culp is still in this chat, she will tell you it probably still does. They are having it's across the country. It's not just here in Arkansas. They're having quite the time staffing first responder positions, both in EMS as well as fire, as well as police. Folks, unfortunately, don't I'm not going to say they're not civic minded anymore, but a lot of those jobs were filled with military folks that came out of Vietnam. back in the 80s and 90s. When I first even remotely were looking into getting into the law enforcement back when I was a teenager, most of those jobs were filled with Vietnam veterans. It came back. They needed a civilian job. They were military. So it just kind of made sense that they would work as a police or a firefighter or EMS. But a lot of those folks have retired now. And I'm not knocking the young generation that's in the positions that they're in now, but a lot of that experience left, and it left younger departments now across the country. And it's also been quite the challenge to staff, dispatchers, police officers. I mean, I'm not making this stuff up. This isn't just me pulling that out of my hat. I'm telling you, this is going on. So, you lose 6 officers in Fort Smith. That's kind of devastating to the community, actually. They needed those 6 officers. So, to have to terminate them, that is what we say, no bueno. It's no bueno. Not good. Let's see what else we have here. I'm looking. Linda says we're short over 200 police, and so Linda Zeno is located in the state of Alabama, so in the Birmingham metro. And unfortunately, again, they're short 200 police officers right now. I can tell you who's short at least 200 right now is Memphis, Tennessee. Go look up the stats for Memphis PD right now. They're like begging you, please come work for us, you know? And Farting Duck says no, they need 6 good officers. Yeah, I agree. Yes, you're correct. Or Montgomery. I'm sorry, Miss Linda. Let me full stop. My bad. Sorry. I try to keep it all up here, but that's impossible. So sorry about that. Montgomery. Well, I want to look at one other thing before we call this live. So give me just a second here to switch screens and I will be right back. Okay, this is what I wanted to check on because I hadn't looked at this. So for the low temperature tonight in the greater Little Rock area, it's gonna be 34 degrees, but then tomorrow, I'm sorry, 21 degrees tonight. Tomorrow's high is only 34 degrees. And because we have had days of near freezing temperatures in this area, it was 37 degrees earlier today during the day. I noticed that. But the ground's cold because uh it's been cold for several days now. So, this snow, here's another little thing we haven't talked about. And this is just something I want to caution y'all. I'm no weather expert, but depending on the temperature, some of that snow may start to melt and then it refreezes it up as ice. And ice is an entirely different ball game when it comes to driving than snow. So tomorrow night in particular, and it just really depends. It says it's going to be around 34. That's just hovering just at that freezing mark at 32 degrees Fahrenheit. But if the sun's out during the day and it starts to snow, and any of that starts to melt in any kind of way, it'll turn into like ice. You don't want to hit an ice patch. Just be very mindful of that as well. You're not just driving on snow tomorrow night. You're probably going to hit some ice patches too in some places. And that's just something we don't think about because even tomorrow, even 2 days from now, when this has already happened, the next night it'll refreeze again. So we're probably going to have several nights of ice after this snow, like as it melts. Just be very careful. Now, I'm going to tell you what NST is going to have in his car. Like I know everybody's got tips. Okay, tips. Let me give you some tips. I roll my eyes. Let me give you some NST tips. Okay, so I actually went to Sam's Club. I don't expect you to do this, and you can buy them anywhere. You don't have to go to Sam's Club to get it. But I went to Sam's Club and bought the industrial $25 size first aid kit, not the little $10 one. I'm talking the $25. It's got everything in it. So I have that now in my car. I also have an air pump, and it's a decent one. It's not the cheap one, it's the nice one. It doesn't take near the time to fill a tire. And it also has a digital readout too, which is really, really nice. It's a nice feature when you're in a hurry because who wants to bend down and stand there forever as you're filling your tire? You want it to be quick, and it's also and it be accurate. It has a digital readout. So I have one of those. The weather service suggested you put a flashlight in your vehicle. Yes, yes. Hey, how about putting two of them in there? Do you even know why I would say two? Like they didn't say this. This is what NST is telling you. Okay, just a lifetime of experience and seeing these things play out. I'm telling you, put two flashlights in your car, and I'll tell you why. You could use one of them if you need to walk around at night. But if you're stuck on the road, wouldn't it be nice to have a second flashlight so you can have it on your vehicle? So it's a like I have a magnetic flashlight that can flash red, and they're not expensive. Like it can do like a red flash. So again, what happens if you got stranded and your car lights were dead? Again, I don't even think you know some of y'all don't even know this. Cold temperatures really take it out of a car battery. Correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. They do. You don't usually have a problem in the summertime. They don't usually get too hot. It's when they get too cold. So if your car battery is super cold and it just so happens to be kind of old, your car might not crank. So I'm just telling you, if you get stuck in the snow on the side of the road and you lose your battery, which could very well happen, this is not just pulling this out. I'm telling you, this is a scenario that absolutely could happen. Having two flashlights might be a really good idea, especially one that may blink red like mine, and they don't cost much. Just to let people see you, especially if it's really throwing down. Just something to think about. If you do it, you do it. You don't, you don't. So what else have I got? Of course, I have my trusty scanner. I don't expect most of y'all to have that, but I have this, so we can monitor what's happening. You know, as we're out live. I wouldn't think you would have that in your vehicle, but maybe you do. And so, hey, you can maybe listen along while you're driving. I wouldn't expect you to, though. As a matter of fact, you probably don't need to be distracted. So, and V Dub says water, water, water. Yes, indeed. So, where is my water? Do I have water? I don't. Well, I was going to show you what I usually have, but I usually have these liter size of Mountain Valley water. It's bottled right here in Garland County, Arkansas, in the Hot Springs area, and um, yeah. So I carry those. It would be real good to have. You may need water for more than just drinking. That could help with if you're out and about and a radiator blows or something. I don't know. You just may need water. I don't know what you would need water for besides drinking, but hey, maybe you need it. Maybe somebody else will need it. Maybe you need to put it in your car. I don't know. Antifreeze. That's another thing. What about your antifreezing type sprays? to de-ice your locks. A lot of you are on fobs now if you've got a new vehicle, but older vehicles have regular keys. So, what's your plan for a frozen keyhole? How you gonna remedy that? Like, if you ain't got a fob and you got a key and you can't get in your car, how you gonna do that? Like, some of those do freeze. I just want you to think about it. Just think about it. So for you folks at home, because here I'm going to tell you this. Um, Besides my experiences related to law enforcement related jobs, as I've explained many times in the past, um, I also was a general manager at a hardware store here in Central Arkansas for a few years. And so these recommendations that I'm about to give you apply to homeowners in particular. If you haven't got a faucet cover, that's okay. You probably will not find one now in Arkansas. Arkansas is not known to have this kind of weather. So if we had faucet covers, they are sold out today. So let me tell you a couple of tips on how to make one. So, what we used to do when we would run out of faucet covers at the hardware store is we would take a roll of I think it was was it R13? That roll insulation, just it's like a mini roll, R13 insulation. So we would take that and cut them up and then sell it where it was like a square and you could just put that over your hydrant or your silicock valve, your faucet out on the house, and you would wrap it with duct tape. So if you can find you any kind of insulate, if you don't have a faucet cover, it's cool. You don't have to have one, but you need to do something to cover that faucet. And listen, you folks, if you don't get this done and that sucker freezes and then it expands in there, you're gonna have a mess when it defrosts. And it can be an expensive mess. So really a little bit of prevention goes a long way with that's so silly. That is so silly. I just figured out what was going on. See, I'm going to tell you something. As the year progresses, I will get better at this. I promise you. But do you know why I've had to cut out twice now? It's because my screensaver keeps happening. So I've got to turn that off while I'm on a live stream. I'm sorry. I just learned that. Whoops. Now we know. That's what the problem was. The first time I didn't get it. The second time I was like, "Oh, this is why I'm okay," because I'm not moving the mouse enough. I'm learning, I promise. It's hilarious. It's why you tune in to watch. How's it going to screw up this time, right? Okay. But anyway, very briefly, let me go back to the whole faucet cover thing. Find you some insulation. If you don't have insulation, do you have some styrofoam cups? Do you? You might. Look in your look. That. Get you like two or three of those. Get you like two or three of these. Even if you can't get that to fit over the hydrant, you can split this down the middle with a knife or a pair of scissors so it opens up and you can get it on there and then tape the crap out of it. These help. This would work. Socks. Use a pair of socks. Use one of these. You can use one of these if you have to, but do something. Do something. Here's another. Where is it? Hold on. No, I thought I still had some left. That bubble wrap. If you've got Amazon packages from Christmas, that bubble wrap, perfect. Wrap up your faucet and then tape it. Just trust me. Blaylock says I tape my underwear over them. You can. You truly can. It works. But do something. Don't do nothing. Double negative. What else? Some of y'all live in older homes that have the carport laundry facility, like the homes from the early 60s, especially in Southwest Little Rock. I know this to be true because I lived in a house that had that, a carport laundry room. I cannot stress enough, if you can put your hands on a space heater and you have a electrical receptacle in your laundry room, put a space heater out there and get that baby going. Now, I'm not a big fan of space heaters. They're fire hazards. But I will tell you in a pinch, it will maybe save your um, facility out there from freezing up. And again, that goes back to, you may not be able to do laundry for a few days if that's your situation. So I would recommend you get a space heater and put it out in your carport laundry uh, room if you have one of those. Just think about it. Oh, VM Cougar in Tennessee says over the sinks. Yes, open up your sinks and let everything drip. Needs to be, doesn't just need to be a drip though. It needs to be like it needs to be a steady, doesn't need a drip. It needs to be a steady amount of water coming out of the faucet. And it doesn't have to be on, like, you don't have to run a lot, but it needs to be more than a drip, drip, drip. You have it like going. Presume Hostel offers some wonderful advice in that don't eat the yellow snow. No, don't eat the brown snow either. Sydney says it's freezing cold at 18 degrees. And let's see, what other hardware tips can I offer here? Well, if you hadn't found a bag of ice melt by now, I still think you could probably find that. I don't think that's sold out just quite yet. You can probably still get you a bag of ice melt at any local lumber hardware place. And that might be cool, but remember, we're dealing with snow, not ice. But again, that does go back to my point earlier. Some of this will melt and then refreeze. So you do need to be mindful of that. You might actually still want a bag of ice melt for that reason. But for snow, it won't really be effective. Snow is a whole different thing. Amy Beth says use kitty litter too. And actually, that's a really good point. And do you know why that is? Kitty litter will give your tires traction if you get stuck. Think about that for a minute. If you get stuck, and it's not guaranteed that that's going to get you out of your situation, but by and large, if you can pour some kitty litter under your tires, that will give it enough, sometimes will give it enough traction to get out of the situation you're in. So just think about that. And Amy also says, and keep you from falling and having knee surgery. And that, yes, I mean, it's not just the traction of the vehicles. It certainly, it will keep things from being as slick, for sure. And then you track it in your house. It's everywhere. But it's not as bad as glitter, because if you receive a Christmas card or a birthday card that's got glitter in it, you'll find little pieces of glitter in your house for the next 20 years. That's how it goes. It just goes everywhere. All right, folks. Well, we're already at an hour, so I was going to call it at 30 minutes. So we're at an hour now. I guess I'm going to call it. All right. So again, just to recap, we will go live tomorrow at some point in the afternoon. I do not know what time. This is supposed to hit at noon. I don't know where I'll be. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. And I will work as soon as I click end. I'm going to make you a video. So be looking for a drop. It'll be episode 1316 of the State Police traffic series, and we will drop that. It's 7:45 Central right now. I bet you I can probably have you one out by 9 p.m. Central. So we'll do that. And to each and every one of you that were live tonight, thank you for your presence here in the chat. Thank you for watching this channel. Thank you for being a wonderful supporter of this channel and our mission here to try to show you a thing or two and help educate folks on what these first responders here in Arkansas do. I would encourage you to please just smash the like button. It's free. If you don't mind, just please like this live stream on your way out. I would appreciate that. Thank you very much for that. To all my regular committed viewers that are in this chat tonight, like Farting Duck, Pamela Culp, Linda Zeno, Blaylock, Deputy Serpa, who else? Sherry K, V-Dub. There's so many. Donna Goad, Donna, Cindy. Who else we got here? Just many of y'all. I see lots of different names here. I just want to say thank you so much. And South Memphis Bro 27, thank you so much. Thank you very much. This has been a great year so far, and we're continuing the progress here in 2025. We are definitely doing that. We've got all this new equipment. Still excited. I haven't forgotten. I've made some pretty bold claims about having have an elected official that is going to come on the channel, and I just want you to know I've been working behind the scenes a lot these last 2 weeks, lining some things up. So they're coming. I promise you that they're coming. So keep watching. Thank you so much. Be safe. Please be safe. If you don't have to get out in this crap tomorrow, please don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. And if you do, hopefully you will please stock up on bringing your essentials with you in case you get stuck. Go get a tank of gas before if you can get to a gas station, go top it off. Just trust me on this. All of these things. I mean, if you get stuck and nobody can get at you, if you had a full tank of gas, at least you could stay warm for a while. Just think about it. Folks, have a wonderful rest of your evening. We'll see you tomorrow. Please tune in. I'm James, NST. Much love, and I'm out.